Chapter 3. Memories from Another Life. The dreams began after his 6th birthday. At first, they came in flashes. Brief images as he slept beneath the woven bamboo ceiling of their small home. A gold watch ticking on his wrist. A conference room with floor-to-ceiling glass. A digital graph rising like a mountain. But the strangest part was not the images themselves. It was how familiar they felt. He would wake with a racing heart, not frightened but restless. Something inside him stirred, some unfinished rhythm, like a melody whose end he hadn't heard. One morning, he sat silently at the breakfast mat, watching his father count out lentils with calloused hands. Ryan's mind drifted again, this time to the feel of crisp currency between his fingers, to voices arguing over stock performance, to his own voice saying, "Pull the plug! It's not profitable." He blinked and the image vanished, replaced by the gentle clink of earthen bowls on the floor. That evening, he asked his mother, "Do people ever remember things from before they were born?" Nara looked at him with a quiet expression. "Some people say our souls carry story, but we forget them so we can learn again." Ryan nodded slowly. It made sense in a way that scared him. He began keeping a secret journal, using old scrap paper and charcoal, hiding it under the floor mat. In it, he drew images from his dreams. Tall buildings, strange machines, a sleek black car with no roof. He couldn't explain them to anyone, not yet. One dream came more clearly than the rest. He stood in a boardroom, towering over a group of nervous executives. Everyone was waiting for him to speak. He looked out the window and saw the skyline of a city he couldn't name, but somehow missed. He turned, opened his mouth, and then it ended. Every time, just as he was about to speak, the dream ended. It wasn't just memory anymore. It was unfinished business. One day, he and Adon visited the town's only mechanic. A generator had broken down, and Ryan was curious. As the man opened the engine casing, Ryan's eyes widened. The parts made sense. Without meaning to, he pointed and said, "That gear's misaligned. It's blocking the coolant flow." The mechanic laughed at first, until he checked and found it exactly as the boy had said. "Where did you learn that?" he asked, staring. Rayon hesitated. "I don't know. It just came to me." The man gave him a strange look, then muttered a prayer under his breath. That night, Rayon sat alone outside, watching fireflies drift through the humid air. His thoughts weren't in the village anymore. They were far away, tangled between two lives, his present and a past that wouldn't let go. He realized something terrifying and thrilling at once. He hadn't forgotten who he was, not completely, but the bigger question now lingered like a whisper in the trees. Why was he brought back?